Well, well, well. I just accidentally did the exact same thing at the start of yesterday's stream where I just say, well, 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 because I have no plan. Anyway, it's Thursday. Welcome to. Yes, that's what I normally say. I just say, welcome to the stream, right? I bet I don't say that half the time. I just think I do because I like the idea that I say that. Anyway, hello. Um, Thank you for the save reminder. I can't save anything yet, but I'll keep it in mind for later, I guess. It's Thursday. We're gonna play Rose Guns Days today. I'm gonna drink some water before I do anything else. Okay. Anyway, hello, Kat. How are you? Yeah. Let's just dive into it. I'd say I'm ready. I've been very ready. I've been sitting here for 15 minutes basically waiting because I forgot to set off. Well, no, I didn't forget. Uh, 5 minutes 5 minutes before starting time, I realized I'm not ready to go yet. So I rushed, and I got readier than I ever have in a shorter time than I ever have. So I started on time. And then normally I do some prep, like setting up stuff, setting up my avatar and stuff while the pre-roll is going. And because I was in such a rush, I was like done like 2 minutes in. Didn't even get the ping from Discord, damn. Oh, there is no ping. Oh, there should be a ping though. Let me just do the ping. The bot betrayed us. But we're live with another Rose Guns Days episode. Alright, thank you for letting me know. But yeah, my prep work was so, rushed in a good way, because it was super efficient. I just sat here for the next, 10-ish minutes, just waiting. Just waiting. And then the bot broke, which is rude. Yeah, well, now, the ping squad knows. That's what it's called if you signed up for the, for the pings, then you're in the ping squad. That's what I called the role on Discord. It works. Yeah. Let me just start off, as usual, with our content warnings for anyone new here and for the YouTube VODs. Uh, yeah, so content warning for this series as a whole. For violence and gun violence, racism, sexual content including references to assault, misogyny, and alcohol abuse. I'm going in blind into the series. I don't know what's going to happen, so I cannot be more specific with the warnings. However, if I do need to be more specific with the warnings, or if additional warnings are necessary, I will update the list, but I will also add these specific warnings in the description of the YouTube video. So if any of this sounds concerning to you, like stuff you don't want to deal with, totally fine, totally cool. If you still want to experience the story, go to the YouTube, and there will be more detail there. If there's nothing there, that means we're good. That means it's fine. At least for the predictable, unpleasant, potentially triggering stuff. So, little disclaimer for you there. Speaking of potentially upsetting stuff, last time, I still feel betrayed. Genuinely, I've never been more betrayed by this author, and I mean that in like the best possible way because wow, did he get me? Just writes this fun, friendly character, and then that character goes and stabs us in the back. I will never recover. I'm sad forever now. Because as it turns out, Reikeji, my favorite, genuinely probably one of my favorite characters, is the leader of the new gang moving in on Alfred's territory. Alfred's territory. Alfred's territory. And not only that, but he makes his little minions call him daddy, father. It's true, all our favorites are involved in all kinds of unpleasant shit. It's true. You're not wrong. But none of them make their minions call him father. So that that's the worst offense there. So additionally to him being like the leader of that gang, which Leo knows about, Reikeji does not know that Leo is Leo who works with Primavera, right? But additionally to all that, Miguel, I don't know why I forgot that, because he's very memorable. Miguel, who is the kind of unhinged lackey for that gang, that mysterious gang leader, is obvious. The leader's obviously Reikeji, so they're in cahoots. And then they went to Primavera, basically demanded a lot of money. And if they didn't cough up the money, they were going to go after all the people that they signed contracts with. All in a like. Basically, their story is that they want to help their fellow war buddies, right? The buddies. And no one else. If you weren't like involved in the war, or if you now like run a shop and were in the war, but aren't unemployed as a result of it, you're pretty much fucked. That's their philosophy, it seems. It's very selective. And to put it kindly. So naturally, Rose and the crew are not super on board with that. They were going to cave at first, but, you know, Rose heard Leo's voice in her head basically saying, like, you have to follow your heart. And so she did. And I love her for that. I do. But then we saw the fallout, which is stores being busted. I think several people were injured badly because of Miguel and his fellows. And just everyone's a little bit miserable right now. A lot happened last episode. Well, and even if there's no mistranslation where they call Reikeji daddy, we can call him daddy. That's nothing stopping us from doing that. We've already done it several times. And I regret nothing. Because it's very funny. I am still sad though, and I will never forgive. So yeah, that's where we stand right now. It's yes, it is. Yeah, if I had to pick, I would go for daddy 100%. Butler's favorite word is just ugh. Any other word would have been preferable to that. We start with some edge, right? It's our favorite edgy boy. I just hope that this time he doesn't call anyone a rat. That's always the hope with Wayne, but I don't know, he always finds new ways to let me down. Even his hair is edgy, that's true. He's got one of those little Obi-Wan Kenobi rat tails going on. The least edgy thing about him is the little tassels on his hoodie. With the, beads. I forgot the word for beads. It's beads. Alright. Just mentally preparing myself for the edge. Leo, where are you going? To meet a man. Does that mean someone who can do something about Caleb? Oh yeah, Ray Katie's English name is Caleb. Of course. If the right hand's being naughty, it's time to ask the left hand to slap it. Huh? What are you talking about? Wayne, that was like really clear though. How do you not understand that? Oh. I'm being too hard on him. We just started and I'm already treating him like this. I'm sorry. What's up, Richard? What was that phone call about? Oh no, oh. The president of Central Fruits and Vegetables has passed away. From among the businessmen attacked by the Caleb family, a tragic victim had finally appeared. There were bone fractures across his body, with multiple wounded internal organs. They say there was nothing to be done. Bastards! Such a good old man like that? I can't let this slide. Be quiet. Make sure Rose and Wayne do not hear of this. Yeah, I understand. It would be too painful for Rose right now. Richard, at least look around. Yeah, she definitely heard. Unfortunately, Rose just happened to be passing along the other side of that pillar, and heard. Because of her emotional, irresponsible decision, she had caused someone's death. Extremely indirectly. Okay. Holy shit, that's... ugh. Caleb's parting words reverberated through Rose's mind like an echo. Both of us are in charge of caring for a great number of people. That's not a fact to be taken lightly. Don't start crying if it turns out you can't take responsibility. Got it? I will take responsibility. Okay, but like, someone went out and like, murdered this guy. How's that your fault? Come on. As if you've ever taken it before. For egging him on to murder, yeah, This is like the equivalent of, you know, when kids do the stop hitting yourself thing where they grab your hands and then basically force you to hit yourself. That's what this is. Except people die. She clenched her teeth, holding back fierce emotions. A single tear dripped down her face. It wasn't sadness. It was a tear of anger at her own powerlessness and irresponsibility. There wasn't a moment to lose. This was no time to take it easy and wait for someone to do something. I have to take responsibility. I have to move right now and do something. Wayne-kun. Wayne-kun. Rosa, did you want me? I'd like you to get a car started in the back. Quietly. Where are you planning to go? Didn't Richardson say that you shouldn't leave the club for a while? I am the madam. There are some things only I
can take responsibility for. Take me to the occupying forces headquarters. I will convince Captain Butler to save us, no matter what it takes. Even if it's my body he desires, I will definitely get his power on our side.
Uh-oh. Come to think of it, what happened to Leo?
Maybe he went out to buy cigarettes or something.
That's a man with a lot of nerves.
Brother, have you seen Rose?
What? What do you mean?
She hasn't come back since she went to the bathroom. She isn't anywhere in the club.
Wayne's gone. The car's gone too. This doesn't look good, Richard.
Will the captain even meet you without an appointment? If not, I'll wait however many hours, however many days it takes before he'll meet with me. Getting the captain to hear our side is something only I, the madam, can do.
The signal in front of them turned red, and Wayne stepped on the brakes. Okay, everything is just happening all at once, what the fuck? Give them, just... I do think we are nearing, like, end of season territory, with all the drama ramping up. Maybe after they'll get a break at last, who knows? Then, suddenly, two black cars wedged their way into their lane from the left and right.
Damn it. Rosan, get down! Huh?
The black-suited men packed into the cars, all stuck drum-fed machine guns out the windows at once. The instant Rose realized that, Wayne slammed his foot down on the accelerator, and Rose's body was thrown down onto the seat.
They came. Damn it. Bring it on. Lincoln. Get down. I'll shake them.
With squealing tires, the black car shook violently. The townspeople ran this way and that, trying to escape from the sudden car chase. They flew into oncoming traffic, just barely missing a trolley as they hurtled forwards. The ones chasing them would not let the prey they'd bitten once get away. If Wayne's speed dropped just a little, they would quickly come alongside him and fill the driver's seat with lead.
Fuck. Move. Out of the way.
They were forced out of the oncoming traffic lane and onto the sidewalk, where they tore a hot dog stand to pieces. People walking by screamed and jumped out of the way. They sent a parked bicycle flying and smashed the side mirrors of one parked car after another. It was a scene of a majestic hunt by black metal beasts in a concrete jungle. Then, a shrill, explosive sound that wasn't a gunshot rang out. In the same instant, the car shook and rattled. One of their tires, unable to keep up with this violent driving, had burst.
Wayne could... Get down, Rosan. Keep your head covered.
The car, now completely unsteerable, crashed into the corner of an alleyway and came to a stop. Rose barely made it. Even Wayne, who'd fortunately been told repeatedly to wear a seatbelt, because he's too edgy for seatbelts, made it with only light injuries. The car, with the white smoke pouring out of it, seemed to be dead.
Rosa, run away on your own. I'll manage something here. I can't leave you behind. Looks like the crash twisted the metal. The seatbelt won't come off. Wait. If we use this...
Rose pulled some fabric-cutting scissors from her purse. Fortunately, she always carried a sewing set with her.
I'll take care of the rest, so you need to hurry. Wayne could. I can manage to escape alone, so hurry.
On the main street, the pursuing cars screeched to a halt, and men began jumping out of them. Yeah, I think she has one of those, like, you know, the little gold... Well, they might not be the same in this setting, obviously, but, one of those little gold, pairs of scissors that are shaped, like, decorated to look like a little crane. So they're really tiny scissors, but they're pretty sharp, depending. It would take a while to get out of a seatbelt with that. I imagine seatbelts back then were made of a different material. Probably not as sturdy as now. Should be doable though. It'll just take a bit. Hopefully not Kevlar. Ain't no way. If it was though, those scissors would never... I don't know, maybe they would, because people like pass them down as heirlooms basically. They're good scissors, generally. Rose opened the door on the other side, facing the alley, and dashed out of the car. Then, a bit later, Wayne escaped from the grasp of his seatbelt, with, you know, really sturdy sewing kit scissors, apparently. So they definitely had... Rose has the good stuff, then. Is my assessment. Hold up, I'm gonna put a little reminder to myself to add a link to a picture of one of these for reference. These things are so specific. Scissor image. Oh, yeah, they look like little cranes. Anyway. What a detour, sorry about that. By that time, Wayne was already surrounded by his pursuers. Wayne's car had hit the corner of a small alley, and that car was blocking the alley Rose had run down. This was their first and last fortress.
You're Wayne Udena, one of Primavera's bodyguards, right?
Be on your guard. He's that Mad Dog Wayne kid.
I won't let you go any further. Even if my arm...
Fucking hell, Wayne.
See, I think that might be the first time you've heard his last name, yeah.
Maybe the second. It's almost never mentioned. Get ready for Edge in 3, 2, 1.
Even if my arms are torn away, I'll bite every one of your legs off with these fangs.
I'm sorry, Wayne. I couldn't finish the sentence without laughing. I'm sorry. Oh shit, I have to fight. Hold up. Oh my god, no. I knew it wasn't fast enough that time.
My high score.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's... Two very different flavors of edge.
Wow. Not bad. Mad Dog Wayne Kuth. You're that Miguel person from the rumors.
Miguel-san, leave this to us.
Hold this. If it gets dirty, I'll kill you.
Miguel handed his beloved gun to his underlings, then shook off his sleeves, exposing his upper body to the open air. His body was fierce like a black panther, further emphasizing his beast-like insanity. That's an incredible look you've got on your face.
It's just like the old me.
Let's go, Miguel. I'll teach you about the Damn it, wait. I'll teach you about the fangs of Primavera's mad dog. I think I prefer Miguel's flavor of edge over Wayne's. I'm sorry.
They do say that weak dogs howl the most, right?
What? Oh, that made him real mad. He attacked twice in a row. Oh, okay. That was close. Oh shit, 4 in a row? There was no KO that time. Yo, look at that hit right though. Not to toot my own horn though, but look at that red. I lost my ability to speak. I'm sorry, I'm just confused because as much as, you know, Miguel sucks, I can't really hate him because I just think he's really cool. I just think he's neat. But I know that I shouldn't. If evil, why hot? Basically.
Are we done already? Hey, can't you even stand? That's so boring. Hey, do you know why you lost?
I'll tell you.
That's because you've never really lost before. Do you know what it means to lose? What it means to accept defeat? A human who's learned that even once will never lose again. That's why I can only win or die. In other words, the word lose isn't in my dictionary.
Miguel-san.
Good work. If we grab that woman, Primavera will do whatever we say.
Rose. Son. Some men were carrying Rose, who was unconscious. They put her into a car and sped away. Miguel's group also got into a car.
I won't kill you. It'll be your job to go back and tell everyone Rose has been captured. Wait. They're praying for Rose's safety? Primavera won't try anything funny. Bye-bye, adieu, Janet. Mad Dog Wayne.
Or should I call you Bad Dog Wayne now? Holy shit. Holy shit, Cat, that's brutal. Oh no, I need some water after all the cackling. I injected some Beatrice into Miguel's voice, because it works really well for the taunting, makes it really easy for me to do. Except, well, the taunting's never gonna turn into flirting, like it did with Beatrice. Oh well. Well, I can dream. Anyway. I thought you'd show yourself around now, Shishigami. It's true, it might happen. They did drop some hints last time, so and then they both die probably, so that's gonna be sad. They do both suck, so it could be. It's complicated. I don't know what I want to happen to them yet. Maybe they can be redeemed? Question mark. Go for a big team up in the end. Wait, I just hold up. Shit. Oh, I feel so stupid now. I just remembered. When we first started this game, there was an intro video. Guess who was at the fucking... Wait, no, that was Alfred. I'm not wrong. Hold up. I'm not that stupid. It was Alfred at the end of the intro video. Right? It was not Reikeji, right? Man, now I don't know anymore. I confused myself. Sorry about that. Forget I said anything. Let's back to the story. I'm pretty sure it was Alfred. I'm gonna look that up later. And then I'll know. If I never speak of this again, it's because I was super, super wrong. And it was Alfred the whole time. Alright. You heard the rumors about me by now, right? Of course. Caleb? Forgive me. It wasn't my intent to deceive you. There's quite a few people who tremble at the sound of my name. So I called myself Keireiji, hoping to become good friends with you. We are friends, aren't we? Well, aren't we? Why else would Father Caleb of the Caleb family allow for a meeting without an appointment? Well, have a seat. I've been saving a bottle for you. He looks so grumpy, and I totally understand. Caleb. We are friends, right? You do take your time getting to the point, Shishigami. In that case, as a friend, I have a request. Wait. Before you ask that, there's something I'd like to ask you again. What's that? I've taken over the entire underworld of City 23. I gathered up all the bosses and asked them a question. Is there a man named Shishigami working for any of you? You forgot to ask one boss. One boss, man. One. And that's the one. I asked everyone this question except for the one that I was actually looking for. Big oversight. There were no answers. There's no man named Shishigami in the City 23 underworld. I'm a lone wolf. Very well. Before I hear your request, I have a condition. Let's hear it. We are about to go to war with Primavera. They have quite a lot of money. Their influence is huge, too. They aren't a group we can ignore. They're hardly an ant right now, aren't they? There's a proverb that even an anthole can collapse an embankment, right? They're desperate. They'll struggle as though their life depends on it. Because it does. So, like a cornered mouse biting a cat. I'm sorry, it's because I know exactly where this is going. I think we all do. And this is a very funny situation, and well, kind of intentionally, I feel like, but there's only one man I'm wary of. Leo of Primavera. Only him. If I had Leo on my side, there would be no problems. However, if he refuses, I'll have to have him disappear. Shishigami. Make Leo disappear. You're telling me to kill Leo? But don't misunderstand, okay? I only told you to make him disappear. As long as Leo disappears from Primavera, that's enough. And you want me to do that? That's my condition before listening to what you have to say. If you can make Leo disappear, I'll listen to whatever request you have. And then this motherfucker jumps in with a daddy. Just like steps physically in between them and goes, Dad, yo. Unbelievable. I cannot believe. I cannot believe that they went with father of all, well, that he went with like father of all things. And yeah, easy fix, right? Just change your name. Just go by a different name. Bam, problem solved. Anyway, let's hear what this mook has to say. Father. A word. What is it? I see. Now that is good news. He's getting... Oh, this is... Oh no. Shishigami. Stick around for a bit longer. I've now got something I'd like to show you. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. You don't understand. I am Gold Eagle 1947. I will kick your ass. Rose was in a large, dreary storehouse, filled with rust and dust. She'd been placed in a small chair without restraints, but it didn't look like the sort of situation that would allow her to stand up. Miguel was sitting across from her, smiling boldly with his legs crossed. His underlings surrounded them.
Please let me meet with Caleb-san.
Why do you want to see him?
So I can surrender to him. thoughtless answer has brought misery to many people. Some people have already lost their lives. So, as a person in charge of caring for a great number of people, I will take responsibility. And what do you mean by taking responsibility? I'll apologize to Caleb-san and have him forgive me. If he doesn't, I'll keep apologizing until he does. And do you think we'll listen? I do think he'll listen. I surrender from the bottom of my heart. If I can convey that heart to him, I think he will listen to what I have to say. We're fellow humans. If we talk with the utmost sincerity, I'm sure we can understand each other.
Okay, you fucked up, sir. At that moment, Miguel suddenly kicked over the chair with Rose in it. Her slender body fell onto the ice-cold floor.
What are you...
Even though you surrendered, what's with that high-handed manner? Accepting the feelings of the defeated and forgiving them is only one of the options. Is only one of the options that the victor gets to choose. Doesn't it seem strange for the defeated to claim that'll happen, as though it's natural? You see, you surrendered. You lost. Losing means you've stopped fighting. It means you're the same as a corpse. What can a corpse say? What rights do they have? None at all. Even if I tease you like this, you don't have the right to complain.
Even so, I believe that Caleb-san will listen to me.
Why? He's your enemy, right?
It isn't a matter of friends and enemies. After all, we're both human, aren't we? Even if we came from different countries and spoke different languages, a sincere heart will eventually get through. That's what my father said. That's what I believe.
Then, do you want to give it a try?
Huh?
You guys. Yes, Mio-san. Strip off all this ugly woman's clothes.
What are you going to do?
Didn't I tell you? Surrendering means you're the same as a corpse. Do you know how the fallen corpses of enemy troops are treated? When a fierce battle is over and you've lost many friends, I'll show you. Miguel slowly took out his knife. The men all leapt at Rose, holding her as she struggled, and began ruthlessly tearing the clothes from her. Just making a note to add a content warning for that. What I'm about to do will probably be very heartless. However, if you're right, your heart should be able to connect with mine and put a stop to my barbarous act. You should probably try crying begging for forgiveness, and anything else you could think of. With her clothes packed into her mouth, Rose couldn't even speak well. Miguel's fingers and blades slowly began to touch Rose's white, innocent skin. Ugh. Miguel's expression looked neither vulgar nor insane. It was simply heartless and transparent, as cold as ice. I take back everything I said about this guy being cool. Would it be okay if I headed out pretty soon? Mom was always strict about getting home on time. I won't take up that much of your time. We're headed to that storehouse. Yeah, hurry the fuck up. As they got out of the car, a man came dashing out of the storehouse, bowed, then whispered into Caleb's ear. What? That man has no patience at all. Caleb clicked his tongue, then started running. Leo followed after him. The instant they entered the storehouse, their noses were assaulted with a bad smell. It was a raw smell, a mixture of blood and sweat. Father. When the underlings noticed that Caleb had arrived, they stood up straight and bowed. Slowly, Miguel rose to his feet and shrugged. Miguel, did that evil sickness of yours show up again?
Caleb, I'm sorry. But this woman was just too beautiful.
Leo, I better start seeing some fight prompts soon. This is an acceptable alternative. Leo wordlessly dashed forward and held Rose, who lay at Miguel's feet. Her innocent white body had been scribbled on all over with malice, madness, and an oil paint that was too red. The scene was innocently gruesome, like a baby playing with a toy until it broke because he didn't know his own strength. She seemed to be conscious, but her gaze was unfocused. When Leo called to her, her eyes moved slightly, but she didn't respond with words. How could a single knife wound a person? To gouge out not only their body, but their heart to this degree. That blade must have dug into her innocent heart as easily as a malice-filled knife through butter. Leo put Rose's jacket on her like a blanket and slowly lifted her up. I'm sorry. This isn't what I ordered. Yeah, but you know who you gave the order to, my guy. I know. Shishigami. No. Leo. I'll listen to your request. I'd be willing to let this woman in Primavera go. If you will become mine. So, once again, I've got to abandon what I'm trying to protect. Should never have gotten on that boat. I should have stayed in that country all alone if I had to. Fought them until the end. I will never abandon what I'm supposed to protect again. Still holding Rose, Leo slowly began to walk past the men and out of the storehouse. The underlings looked at Caleb, wondering if they should grab Leo, but Caleb gave a small shake of his head. Leo, why are you refusing if you know you're fighting a losing war? Isn't one lost war enough? Do you want to taste that helplessness again? Losing isn't so bad. Leaving without being allowed to fight alongside your comrades is much more painful. At some point, it had started raining around the storehouse. Leo, with Rose in his arms, disappeared into that rain. Caleb just silently stared into the night's darkness that Leo had vanished into. Leo! Rose is with you? Rosa! Rosa?
Brother, Leo and Rose are back.
Thank goodness. Are they both all right?
Are you okay? Rose, she's covered in blood.
Rose's gray eyes still out of focus. For a tragic sight. Seeing that, the women must have realized something terrible. Rose-san! Rose-san! It's because I was powerless. It's my fault. My fault. Wayne, this ain't about you. Don't blame yourself. You gave it the best you had.
At any rate, let's go inside. I'll call for a doctor. Rose, hang in there. Rose.
Rose finally showed signs of emotion. She cried weakly, and tears streamed down her face.
You really hung in there. You really were strong. You're amazing. Truly amazing.
The two of them hugged Rose, crying. When he saw that, Wayne let out a cry like a howling beast. Over and over again, he slammed his head against a pillow until his forehead bled. Stop it, Wayne. Who's gonna be happy to see you hurt yourself? Okay. You get one scream from me, Wayne, and that's it. Because you're being kind of a jackass, I'm sorry. Like, bud, this is not about you. Calm down. He wanted to bear even a tiny bit of Rose's pain, which is not how that works. I'm not gonna help her at all, so stop it. Wayne hurt himself over and over again, until Cyrus held his arms behind his back. Let go, old man. Let go! Let go, damn it! As he forced himself out of the hold, Wayne fell onto the roadside, drenching himself in a puddle of water. Who said they'd protect Rosa as long as she lived? Who tried to act like some sort of knight? Now I've got no right to look at Rosan's face. Are you done, boy? I'm getting real sick of your shit. Hey, Wayne! Wayne! Wayne. Screaming, Wayne ran. disappearing behind the curtain of rain. Starting that night, Wayne disappeared from Primavera. What the fuck, man? Stella and Meryl carried Rose inside, while the men remained where they were. Cyrus weakly crouched down where he stood. Richard closed his eyes and just stood there. And Leo... He stood in the entranceway, with the rain blowing in, staring dumbfounded at the stormy sky that was painted black, with no fragment of hope escaping. Oh no. End of chapter 4, A New Ruler. Yay, we ranked up. Well, that was miserable. Yeah, they're getting Rose medical attention. Stella said she's gonna call a doctor, and they're like carrying her inside, getting her warm and stuff. Just that, because you know, they slice off her clothes and stuff, so I think that's part of the reason why the men are backing off. Like, the women are handling it, so they're like, okay, this is fine now. And also they had like a fucking screaming madman to deal with. Yeah, he did actually... Oh, I just accidentally eye-patched myself. He did actually... I don't know if stab, it seemed... they were not clear about that, which, honestly, kind of grateful. I don't need the details. Because we know what happens when Rikishi decides to describe severe wounds and stuff in detail, and that's Umineko. And this was already extremely... this is very unpleasant to read. So I'm glad for the vagueness, but she's definitely like hurt and like bleeding. So, but yeah, from the sound of it, Meryl and Stella are gonna take care of the getting her medical attention and stuff. You thought yeah. We do, but eventually someone takes over from Rose, so it could happen. It would be kind of wild if it was this early. So, but you know, these characters can be severely hurt and screwed over, even if they don't like die because of plot armor. And then things like this happen, and yeah. I don't like it. Not at all. Hence the, I'm giving myself a little break right now. Yeah, that was a wild end to the chapter, you're right. I was really hoping, honestly, because I genuinely did not expect to get this dark. I really didn't. So I was hoping, you know, oh, while Leo is sitting there chatting with Caleb, they're gonna like drag Rose in or something and he's gonna get mad, right? But no, nobody got mad. Everybody just got sad instead. Yeah, I would have preferred the mad. I'm not saying that as like, that story-wise this isn't like this is like objectively bad, right? I'm just saying that this hurt to read. And yeah, I think this situation was just so bad that at that point, like, if you start fighting back, you're just making things worse because you're delaying like getting medical attention, you're delaying you'd be pulling away and making it all about you, basically. And your revenge, right? At that point, the quickest thing to do, the best thing to do, if you can, is to just get the fuck out. And make sure that she gets to a safe place, right? So I do think you made a really good choice there. Yeah, I mean, Caleb kept saying like he's a gentleman, right? So this was his chance to prove it, and I guess he sorta, almost, sorta, kinda did. But like he let it happen in the first place, which is not very gentlemanly. Like if you know that Miguel does this kind of shit, don't let him near people who he can harm, you know? Like, what the fuck? What were you thinking? And I think it was literally in that moment where Caleb realized, oh shit, that is Leo from Primavera, who was also Shishigami, so he was probably like, oh, oops. Maybe now's not the right time to ask him to go on a date, I mean, to join my gang, you know. Which, very smart of him. And so, yeah, one of my coping mechanisms is humor, so I guess, even in this situation, after reading all that, I will still be joking. Don't judge. He wants both the date and the gang, for sure. He's never gonna get it now. Chances ruined, because he let a madman near Rose, so... Big fuck up. Big fuck up. I don't like Miguel anymore. Yeah. And I'm honestly so pissed at Wayne. Because, like, my guy, none of this is about you. What are you doing? And I've known people who, when someone they knew was, like, hurt, they made it all about them. Like, oh, if I was there, I would've. Or, it's because I didn't this or that. And then they agonize over that, and it's like, hi, but there's, like, someone who's severely, like, hurt, like, right in front of you. Focus. This ain't about you. Stop it. You think Alfred's gonna feel like he got it easy? Yeah. He got like a gentlemanly duel. I'm not sure that's gonna happen this time. I wouldn't be surprised if Miguel especially got like some really gruesome shit happening to him. And at that point, I'm gonna be there and like fucking applauding. I'll bring some hands to clap, okay? I don't have time, but I would if I did. Okay, I'm... There we go, okay. The looping sounds were killing me. He's gonna be fed to multiple iguanas? Perfect! Perfect ending for him. I'm sure he'd, like, be chill about it anyway, cause like, hey, if you lose, you die, right? That's his whole philosophy or whatever the fuck. While alive? Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Hold up, I'm making a note of that to see if Yukishi delivers or not. Multiple iguanas while alive. Yeah, that's definitely not going to confuse me in 2 months. Or whenever the heck I next see this note. Okay. You know, legitimately though, I needed a second to kind of mentally collect myself from that. I feel like iguana are carnivorous, but you know what? I don't know a goddamn thing about iguanas. No, they probably eat like bugs, right? I know geckos and shit do. That's a type of carnivorousness. Oh, nah, well, I love bugs, so if I call someone a bug, like that's not a downgrade. Unless it's a mosquito, because I'm allergic to those severely. So, like 2 weeks ago, I had to cut stream because I both got like stung to death by mosquitoes, and I had like what's it called when you're in the sun too long? Heat stroke. So, mosquitoes, fuck off. I hate them. No, yeah, sunburn is like the other thing. Yeah, heat stroke's terrible. Yeah, Miguel, worse than a bug. Worse than a bug. Anyway. I think I'm good to go again. So. Yeah. Alrighty, see you in a bit. Actually, my water is empty. So I will also be right back. Because I do need that for reading purposes. Yeah. Alright. Alright. I got water. So let's go. Leo was piling up freshly cooked pasta, humming to himself. He stood in the kitchen of Rose's apartment. Sorry to keep you waiting, miss. Here we have today's lunch. Leo Shishigami's spur-of-the-moment style kitchen leftover pasta meal.
Thank you. Could you set it over there? I'll eat later.
You didn't eat anything last night either, did you? I wouldn't recommend a fasting diet. You need to sweat a little. You need to sweat a little too to stay healthy. Leo, no. You know, there's a form of exercise a man and woman can do together on a bed that'll really get you sweating. Care to give it a spin, miss? Time and place, Leo, come on. Welcome back.
I'll eat later.
Ever since that day, Rose's spirits had hit rock bottom. She lay down all day long, unable even to get up from her bed. Her rash decision had brought misfortune to many, and some people had even lost their lives. Her feelings of regret and guilt kept on overwhelming her, and each time, tears poured through her eyes. Leo tried to raise Rose's spirits with his signature carefree speech, but his words didn't seem to reach her.
Hello. Oh, Leo. How is it? How's Rose doing?
Her sense of responsibility is strong, and that's probably hurt her deeply. She blames herself for bringing misery to many people. Nothing I say reaches her. I'm sorry, but it doesn't look like I'll be able to come to the club today either.
I understand. Good luck, Leo. It's already becoming a rumor among the girls. They're saying that even Madame Rose is falling into the Caleb family's clutches. Some of the girls are quick to talk, even though he told them so firmly to stay quiet about it. Unless Rose shows herself in high spirits, this uneasiness will just get worse, right? Then what are we supposed to do? If we force Rose to come back when she's like that, it'll just make people more uneasy. Uneasiness spreads and grows. At this rate, Primavera will fall to pieces. And there's only two things we can do. The first is to have Rose come back and to ask the captain for his support again. It's not like that'll work. We don't know when Rose will be back. And anyway, the captain doesn't want to get on Caleb's bad side, so he'll just hold back and watch. In that case, there's only one option left. We have to surrender to Caleb. I'm sorry, but Rose made the wrong decision. He's not the sort of person we can afford to get on the bad side of. Are you kidding? Are you saying we should give up now? I don't want to do it any more than you do. Why don't you think of a better plan? And then it's time for an all-out war. We'll put sandbags up around all the clubs and arm them with machine guns. Let them come. It'll be a showdown on the mainland. We'll turn those mafia bastards into pincushions.
Damn, Meryl. Damn.
Yeah, like we could do that. A violent girl. Trigger happy. Shut up, Queen of Surrender. Why don't you go lick Caleb's ass? I've never forgiven you for that stupid, simple brain of yours.
Oh my god. They're so mean to each other. I agree, Meryl could probably achieve it solo. Just through sheer force of will. And I would support him.
Oh, and this is coming from the woman who keeps her brain in her breasts. I'll twist them out.
I don't know what that onomatopoeia is, but I'm doing my best.
What in the world are you two doing? Someone, come over here.
Chapter 5. Collapse of Primavera. Oh boy. I was hoping things would, like, improve. Like, get better a little bit. Oh my god. What's with the unhappy look on your face? You're the one who called me here, aren't you?
I was just thinking about how underhanded you've been.
If you're going to criticize someone, hate Madame Rose for her hasty decision. For treating them just the same as all the other people who have refused to obey. Yeah, that's the problem, my guy.
Do you plan to crush the chicken that lays golden eggs before it lays anything at all?
Madame Rose's answer was that she wouldn't lay any, wasn't it?
Did you think you could win over a woman with a single conversation?
Impatient men are the worst. You're quite the blunt woman. As usual.
You need money, don't you? You need a lot to save your war buddies. Caleb, make a deal with me.
Oh. Amanda, no!
Give me Primavera. Of course, we'll pay protection money. However, I will take half.
Half? You're proposing an equal trade with Father Caleb. I almost said Daddy Caleb on accident, I'm sorry. City 23's Emperor?
Amanda, no. This is Father Caleb's woman asking a favor of her daughter. If I'm your woman, and that makes me the Empress of City 23.
Earlier gaydar broken.
If so, couldn't a deal like this make sense?
Sure. If you're speaking the truth, I'd have to lend an ear.
Thank you, Caleb. I love you, darling. Wait, really?
But this no.
Amanda leaned against Caleb, resting her body in his chest.
I'm baffled, actually. All signs were pointing to not this, but you know what? They both suck, so they deserve each other. I've taken the underworld and I've taken the best woman. Not bad. An emperor should have nothing less. Sure, guy. Sure.
Eventually, the car stopped at Amanda's apartment.
Waiting for him to say he hasn't taken the best man yet. I mean, he hasn't.
You're right. Caleb's underlings, who had heard about their relationship, no longer treated Amanda like a prostitute.
Well, that's nice of them. Yike. That's what it takes to treat her like a person? Goddamn. They bowed respectfully, as if she was the First Lady, and opened the rear door of the car.
It's a shame we'll have to say goodbye for the day.
Forgive me. I'm on my way to a dinner meeting with those occupying forces bastards.
A high-class restaurant near the occupying forces headquarters had become a de facto salon for high-ranking American officers. That was where Caleb would meet with them over dinner. Hey, Caleb. You're more punctual than I thought you'd be.
I'm a man who keeps his promises. Even Americans won't become business partners with a man who breaks his promises.
I'll introduce everyone. This is Caleb Kereji-kun.
Pleased to meet you. I am Caleb.
Several high-ranking officers, who had a dignified presence that was clearly greater than Butler's, were already seated. With expressionless faces, they stared at Caleb as though appraising him.
Please introduce them too. Their rank is sufficient to speak with me on an even level, isn't it?
Forgive me, but this meeting is unofficial. Unofficial. I could say things. I know how to talk.
I almost said unofficial, which is not a word.
Also,
They still haven't acknowledged you as their business partner. Oh. So, they don't want to name themselves. Don't take it the wrong way. They're just being cautious. If they weren't, they wouldn't have all those medals on their chests. You've got that right. Very well. I'll have them share their names one of these days. Do those big shots understand my position? Of course. I've explained that you're the dawn of the newest and most powerful family in City 23. Good enough. Did they accept the money I sent them? I'd like to hear their opinions. He wants to know if you could accept the money. Well, that's quite a lot. Now I'm worried about what he'll ask for this. Tell him we're open to negotiations, but we don't plan on accepting his buyout. Don't let this jab get too full of himself. Understood. Let me handle this. What are they going on about? Sorry about the wait. This is what they're saying. They're surprised at the large sum of money. They're also worried about what you'll ask for in exchange. That money is only a greeting. I have the power to move money like that around as I please. I thought you needed all the money for your war buddies. God damn it, Caleb. That's the nature of our greeting. His war buddies are now only American officers. Yup. So, you won't expect anything in return? The deal is still to come. If they'll hear out my wishes, I'll bring even more money. You know, for my war buddies. Every now and then, Butler would translate Caleb's words into English and pass them on to the officers. The officers spoke their brief opinions and had Butler translate those into Japanese. They're saying they'll listen to what you have to say. However, they'll decide whether to become business partners with you depending on your words. What I want is very simple. I want them to let me have control of all business projects in City 23. All of them, he says? That's crazy. Caleb, that's impossible. We have a responsibility to manage and distribute official business undertakings and projects. Don't lie. Even you guys are giving good treatment and kickbacks to certain American businessmen, aren't you? If you're gonna keep making lies that obvious, I'll smash your skulls together. Hey now, don't threaten them too much. Unlike me, these people are executives. I'm pretty sure any lack of politeness will hurt your case. I see. Then enough beating about the bush. I'll go straight to the point. I'm going to make your share even bigger than it has been before. What do you mean by that? Tell me honestly how much you're getting out of your American businessmen. I'll line up even more money than that. You know, for my war buddies. So, you want to chase out the people behind their special offers counter and buy the position for yourself. Exactly. I don't think they'll have anything to lose. Caleb, let me be straight here. You're far from being the only mafia around. Huh? In the same way you control City 23, there are mafias in the States that are no stronger or weaker than yours. Like you, they've stuck their necks into the headquarters of all the cities, and they're already brokering deals for their special interests. So, You're scared of making them mad. What you're trying to buy also belongs to them. It's not something we can make decisions about on our own. Interesting. In that case, you can bring those mafia bosses here. We'll settle matters with them however you like, with money or with bullets. Bullets would be a problem. The sound of guns would not be favorable in Tokyo at this time. Then what are you going to do, Butler? Are you trying to keep me quiet? My superiors would be willing to negotiate with the American families regarding the sale of what you desire. However, as I'm sure you know, it'll take a lot of money. Just like you, they tend to be greedy and short-tempered. Are you still trying to size me up, Americans? Very well. Let's hear your asking price. What do they want? 100 million Japanese dollars. All of it, upfront, in cash. Do you have the power to do that? Who do you think you are, Americans? Caleb rose to his feet in a rage. He slammed his fist down on the table, knocking over his wine glass and staining the tablecloth. Butler, that wasn't a translation error, right? If they really said 100 million, should I take that as their answer? Yeah, that seems potentially really cheap for an entire city. Especially if you're dealing with, like, multiple mafia, like, institutions. Not, institution isn't the right word. Organization. Maybe it would have been a smarter idea, Caleb. Let's talk for a sec, okay? Hear me out. What if you took all the money you had, right? And didn't antagonize all your potential, like, friends, right? Because, hey, you could be working with a lot of these people who are making money rather than against them, and then make more money in the process of making money and working together, right? What if you then took all that money you gathered and gave it to your fucking war buddies, my guy, instead of just throwing it around at literally the occupying forces? What are you? What is your plan even? What is your plan even? What are you, Caleb, what are you doing? Yeah, the war buddies really were an excuse, and honestly, until last time, during last episode, I still bought it. I still thought, well, he's doing it for reasons he believes are right, but not anymore. He clearly, this is bullshit. He just wants to be the big guy on top. Look at his stupid outfit. This man's deluded, okay? I'm glad he's straight. This is not the representation that we want. Oh my god. Okay, to be fair, they have not established that his, you know, orientation. But yeah, he really just took a nosedive into just being like a nice, if mysterious dude, and then just a fucking evil. And the worst part is, like, I kind of get it. Well, okay, but... So you're basing it on yen, but they use dollars in this sort of alternate universe, right? So it is possible that, with, I don't know, inflation and stuff, which during war times is also like, they did just have a war and a massive natural disaster, right? It is possible that in this universe, in this setting, that is an incredible amount of money. And it's like, it's not even like US dollars, it's Japanese dollars. Like, we don't know how much those are worth, so it could be a lot. It could be it could literally be like $1 billion, right? Like $1 billion USD. And judging from his reaction, I would say it's more likely that it's a huge amount. Man, if only the Ushimiyas were here, right? With their fucking stack of gold, they could have fixed this in no time. Even the credit card would have covered. Yeah, potentially. You're right. I can't even imagine like having that kind of wealth where you can just solve like. This is like how Elon Musk could literally solve world hunger. Or at least cover the cost that it would take to solve world hunger, right? Of course, the logistics aren't gonna fix it that easily, but like he could literally just fix it, and he chooses not to, which I can't even imagine what that's like. They don't buy products; they buy service. That's wild. Anyway, eat the rich. and actually spend the money that you gain from that on your war buddies, and ideally not just your buddies, right? And maybe don't have it be like a requirement that someone's experienced a war, because that's not, or at least fought in a war, right? Because hi, yes, hello, the home front also had a shit ton to deal with. There was a natural disaster. What are you on about? Like, his whole idea that only the people who fought in the war suffered is bizarre, detached. Weird. Yeah, that's exactly it. He's like super selective with his supposed kindness, but that makes it more of an effective like cover, right? In a way. Because you see how much Rose is struggling with her sort of be kind to everyone we can manage to be kind to, like within our means, sort of stance. Like, that's really difficult for her. This guy is like, I'm gonna focus on one group and one group only, and he can take over the fucking city. People buy into it. Yeah. And in this kind of setting, in this kind of like environment, like Caleb's case is, I guess, more convincing because it probably sounds like it's more achievable. I think that's like a big reason why he has so many supporters, right? Whereas Rose's like concept of kindness and charity is relatively vague, though morally it is the correct one, I would say, personally. True, yeah. If Caleb was a bit smarter, he'd team up with them instead. Like, because they need bodyguards, right? And they need protection. Just get a shit ton of those ex-soldiers' jobs, you know? Working for Primavera. The place gets safer, they get more clientele. The only way is up from there. It's not that simple, of course, but I don't know, he had a lot of options and he chose all the wrong ones, basically. Better the devil you know. Yeah, absolutely. Instead of freaking... Okay, I mean, we do know that Butler is relatively reliable, so there's that. But, well, until he wasn't, and betrayed everyone, so... past 3 episodes have been really painful in that sense. So much betrayal. All over money. Alright, I'd better get back to reading.
What do you mean by that?
Refresher... by that, Butler means when Caleb said, should I take that as their answer? Yeah, all my favorite characters are evil. I'm sad now. I'm not answering that. Figure it out for yourself. Are you sure about this? All of you? Are you sure you want to send me home like this? You might end up with a situation on your hands that can't be fixed with money. Got it?
Trying to scare us now, are we?
The Japanese are such a savage bunch.
Because no matter where we go, we can't expect the mob to be anything more than uncivilized fellows.
You work with the mob. What are you? I mean, fair point, but also you work with the mob. What's so funny?
They weren't laughing at you. It's a misunderstanding. Please forgive them.
However, they're also saying this. If you really do bring 100 million here, they won't be able to deny this Japanese person's request. If I bring 100 million, they'll really give you full control over that special offers counter? That depends on your attitude going forward. However, if you manage to bring a full 100 million, they'll acknowledge you as their partner. I can promise you that. Very well. I won't forget that promise. I promise it. However, these people are gentlemen. So, they won't make a deal no matter how much money is in it, unless their partner is a gentleman too. Do not threaten us again. That's the last condition of this deal.
Well done, Father.
Gather all the bosses. Time for an emergency meeting. Very well, American scum. I'll take that challenge of yours. We need to scrape together money from wherever we can. We'll mercilessly crush anyone who holds back and squeeze all we can out of them. You know, we're our war buddies.
Yes, sir, Father.
Damn you, Butler. You realized we couldn't risk starting up a war. Even the Caleb family had no chance of winning an all-out war against the occupying forces. There had been ways to slowly build up funds from the shadows without bringing about a war, but Caleb had decided that there wasn't time. There's no time. Our fellow countrymen are starving in the streets today, so give the money to them then. We need that $100 million right away.
We'd planned to hand out rations to the laborers, but are we going to put a stop to that?
We plan to put a large share of our money into that. If we stop, that should do a lot to... Fool. You've got your priorities backwards. Give to those who are starving, and squeeze every drop out of those who are getting rich. Okay. We're getting like more of an idea of how this like works in his brain. And it makes a little more sense that way, yeah. This guy thinks that he's on the Eat the Rich team. Finally some humanity, yeah. And I guess he needs the 100 million to consume, like, the occupying forces, rich people. I don't... It still doesn't... It's still not a very smart stance, I don't think, but I do understand it better now. He needs to cannibalize himself to truly eat the rich. Yeah, you're right. Like, the rich Japanese people, who are not very rich, by the way, like, they're absolutely not the problem. And the demands that he made last time were so severe, like, the amounts of money that he demanded were so high that places like Primavera could not, like, pay their employees anymore. So then those employees are gonna starve, so you're just adding more fucking hungry people to the list, you know? Like, your plan makes no sense. But he's too focused on the war buddies to care. And also, call for Miguel. Gather together 10 or so young men. I'm going to help out with Amanda's job. Primavera. If you won't lay those eggs, I'll squeeze them out of you. I hate him. I hate him now. Just like your information said, man was like a wounded wolf. Well done, Captain. Gentlemen, shall we have another drink? We overcharged him as you ordered. But are you sure about that? It's an impossible sum. That man cannot prepare it. And if he can, will you acknowledge that man as your partner? It's impossible, Captain. We will never acknowledge him as a partner. As I thought. You wanted a one-to-one relationship with us, but it was a mistake. Correct. It has to be 1 + 1 = 2. You mean, it has to be a deal with someone who has something to offer? Not that, Captain. We are the two. We are the two. They are the one. Out of respect, we added another 1 to their 1, making them on par with a 2. 1 + 1 = 2. I see. Don't you think the Japanese are a bit underconscious of their position as the people of a defeated nation? True. The Japanese still speak of the war as having ended, rather than them being defeated. In the first place, the natural result of losing a war is to be pulled up by the roots and burned to the ground. Yikes. Despite that natural state, we represent the civilized nations of the world, show compassion and treat the defeated citizens like humans. And yet, the Japanese just sit back and act like it's perfectly normal. We are capable of affection. And that's why we treat a beloved dog like a member of the family, not an animal. But even so, if a dog thinks it's a human and climbs up on the dinner table, well, anyone would scold it and lock it in its kennel. That's a pretty good analogy there. It's enough to make you cry. What's that you said there, Captain? Pardon me. That was Japanese for, "That is correct, my master." Oh. Nakerune indeed. Caleb. You went about making a deal the wrong way. Got nothing against you as a warrior, but your way of doing things won't work on these executives. Your rash, violent methods will surely do you in someday. Does he know what happened to Rose? I would love to see his reaction, because I got the impression that they genuinely like each other. Like, on a friendly level, right? I thought, like, Butler genuinely liked her. Oh boy, here comes trouble. Several black cars parked in front of Club Primavera, one after another. Many shady-looking men came out, and the girls standing in front of the store let out a short shriek and ran inside.
How rude women are, running away as soon as you see someone's face.
It's because Caleb doesn't have the one thing Butler likes, you're right. Man, Butler would love Amanda. Anyway. Maybe it's because there was a man so rude that anyone would run away when they saw his face. This is my job. Please don't butt in where you aren't needed.
No, I understand. After all, Caleb is always on my case about that.
Apparently, he was at least somewhat aware that his presence had brought about the ruin of several discussions in the past. Both you and Caleb. Why are men so bad at handling women? It's the misogyny. It's like a cultural thing. Anyway, we don't have time for that right now. Okay, that is a buck wild answer, Miguel, but okay.
Because there weren't any women out on the battlefield.
Sure, bud. The club hadn't opened yet, and there were no customers inside. However, the girls, scared about recent events, decided that being together was safer than being alone at home, so a large group had already gathered. Everyone's expression froze as they saw the approaching crowd of fierce faces, with Amanda at the head.
Amanda, it's not often that you drop by the club without telling us first.
Am I not allowed to come to the club without calling ahead? I came running because Madame Rose is away, and Primavera is faced with a danger that might make it collapse. Yeah, you're the girl, you are the danger. You are the danger, though. The nerve.
We're grateful that you came. We're just not so happy with your escorts. Especially that madman. So, what is your business here?
Don't tell me you came to introduce your new boyfriend. Didn't I say it already? I came running because Primavera is in danger.
What are you talking about when you've brought the source of that danger along with you?
Thank you, Meryl. I would like everyone to listen. Everyone here knows what happened to Rose, and what situation City 23 and this club are now in, correct? Whisper, whisper, whisper. Whisper. Until now, the underworld of City 23 has been wrapped in a struggle for power. The various groups of criminals put checks on each other, preserving an exquisite balance.
However, that's over and done with. By now, the Caleb family is in total control. We don't need you to tell us that.
Yes, total control. Madame Rose judged that wrongly. She disobeyed the person in total control. who I am also sort of dating, so this is personal to me now. She received her natural reward for her actions. Jesus Christ, Amanda, I hope you get... Like, I hope you get eaten alive by multiple iguanas.
What are you trying to say?
Your hair falls out? Oh, maybe it already did. That looks like a wig. I hope her wig gets, like, yanked off. Not that there's anything wrong with not having hair in your head, just she would hate it, and that's why.
Don't tell me. You sold us out, didn't you?
Father Caleb is ruthless to those who oppose him, but he isn't unreasonable. I've negotiated with him. Listen up, everyone. From here on out, the Primavera Alliance will be part of the Caleb family. There's no longer any need to worry. The Caleb family will protect us from any danger that might threaten us. Murmur, murmur.
But only after we pay a massive shares protection money, right? Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry for the yelling also, by the way, but I can't do her voice unless I yell. I hope it doesn't look like it's super loud, so fingers crossed it's not like eardrum breaking. We'll receive the protection of the biggest family in City 23, right? It's only natural that we pay.
Enough joking around. What are you calling protection?
They're the reason we need protection in the first place. Not so loud? That's good. Thank you. Just as prices change with the times, the amount we should be paying for our safety also fluctuates. Okay, but without these clowns, you weren't paying for your safety in the first place because there was no one demanding that you pay them, or else they beat you up. Like, her whole stance on this is, we do negotiate with terrorists, basically. Girl, what are you doing? It's very simple. Do we continue to work in a safe environment like we always have? Or will we be stingy about money? It was literally like the employee's livelihood. That's not being stingy, that's like making sure that you have food to eat. And walk the dangerous streets alone to get customers like we used to. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna get people killed. Like, these people are threatening to... But... Amanda, come on! If there's a monopoly on a service, it's only right they charge you huge amounts for your safety. Yeah, sure, huh? Yeah. Amanda, I hope you get thrown off a bridge. When that happens, you'll all finally realize how much Primavera has protected you. Yeah, the bodyguards and stuff and Rose did that, and I don't remember you doing anything, I'll be honest. I mean, I might just be being petty at this point, but... Girl! What the fuck? If any girl is against paying the Caleb family for safety, I won't force them to. They can leave this club right now. Yeah, and, like... be in danger, like, you just... Yes, I am threatening you. And then giving you a choice. So therefore, I clearly am, like, the level-headed, sane, magnanimous one, you know? Because I'm giving you a choice. After threatening you. Yeah, that checks out. Sure. Whisper, whisper, whisper.
Hold on. What do you think you're doing all by yourself? Rose is the Madam of Primavera. She's the only one who gets to decide that.
How can someone who just sleeps all day while Primavera is in trouble be qualified to be the madam?
What did you say?
Everyone, listen up. I'll put it a different way. Will you accept me as Madam Amanda, or not? You didn't leave them a choice, though? Everyone who doesn't, leave this place right now. Whisper, whisper. Whisper, whisper.
So, this is what you were after from the beginning. You teamed up with Kayla because you wanted Primavera for yourself.
That's the kind of woman Amanda is.
She's always been waiting for this day, ever since we agreed to make Rose the madam.
I should have been Primavera's madam in the first place. Do you know how humiliated I was when you two got in my way? This time around, you two will take the fall. How I've waited for this day.
I should have choked you to death for real back then.
You should have. Stella, I'm not blaming you, but you should have. Violence was the answer this one time. I'm a pacifist, by the way. Violence was the answer.
It's not too late to start. Shall we give it a go?
In that instant, all the men behind Amanda drew their guns at once. Madam Amanda is a member of the Caleb family. A mouth capable of such threatening language might need a little adjustment, don't you think? Wow, now there's a match made in heaven, though, let's be real. You lunatics, side by side. Adorable. Disappear. Rose. I'm sure she'll be just as pleased. After all, she's finally free from the burden of being Primavera's madam.
Sure. Have it your way. I'll willingly leave a club like this. I'm a lady of the evening. I might sell off my body and mind for money. But you know what? I'd rather die than lick someone's ass. Out of the way.
Meryl spun around, her heels squeaking, and left the club. Stella followed behind her. All the while, the gun barrels of the mafia men glared at her. Stephen. Not apparently. Okay. Hey, you know, it's good to have boundaries.
A throne gained by guns will surely be lost by guns. I'll bet that you won't die a pleasant death.
Yo, Stella and Butler on this, like, same brain, though.
Is that your parting thrust?
That's pretty pathetic, coming from you.
Primavera no longer exists after today. So long.
The two leaders vanished from sight. The chattering between the ladies of the evening gradually faded. Because the decision that had driven Stella and Meryl out was being asked of them. Well then, please make your decision as well. This isn't limited to this club. The girls from all the clubs will have to make this choice. Will you accept me as the madam, or not? Exactly how much will we be paying the family for protection money? You're worried about the amount. This is a question of whether you'll be safe or not. That's all that matters, isn't it? Well, it's not if you die from fucking starvation, Amanda. Yeah, this is absolutely illegal. But this is basically a lawless country, honestly. Like, there's the military, right? But they're not bothering with Japanese people, basically. Like, they're a minority. They're essentially being oppressed. The military focuses on their own people first and foremost. So with stuff like this, they just don't care, and that's why everything has been able to get this bad in the first place, you know. And previously, it was other gangs keeping the gangs in check and sort of balanced, but because Alfred's gone now, they can just step in and do whatever they want. And that's why, you know, from the beginning, Rose was looking for more bodyguards because they had to protect the girls from all the gangs that are out there. Because nobody else cares. And, yeah, wars suck. There is war on the street. There literally is war on the streets, though. Like, we've literally casually come across Miguel, like, slicing people up. It's war on the streets. I think every time the girls go out, like either Cyrus or Leo or Wayne is with them, right? They cannot go around by themselves to do their work. They have to be dropped off and picked up. It's war on the streets. So I get, like, if all of them stay with Amanda right now, I totally get it. Because your other option is go out into the streets where you're not, like, they're literally not safe. And so the choice is between, like, you'll probably scrape by, or you might die. You're gonna choose scraping by. Like, that's just basic survival, you know? At least then you have a shot. That's true, yeah, just anyone could waltz into the club with some guns and dethrone Amanda, but she's going to have, like, a little gaggle of goons with their own guns. And that's probably why no one will step up, because Caleb's gonna get revenge, which is probably why she's dating him in the first place. It's like, hey, if you date, like, the big daddy of the city, no one's gonna have the guts to try and take you down. Man, if I didn't correct it with city, that would have rhymed. That would have been smooth as fuck. Dang, I ruined it for myself. Oh well. If they left the club, then starting tomorrow they would lose their safety and a place to work. Following after Stella and Meryl and leaving the club was not an easy decision to make. One after another, the girls swore loyalty to Madame Amanda. And another thing to keep in mind, right, is that both Stella and Meryl have, like, significant fighting skills. Like, if they were to go out in the streets, they stand a much better chance of being able to just stay safe and defending themselves than most of the other girls do. Like, Claudia might be in trouble. Oh shit, I forgot about Claudia. She might be in trouble. I hope her business doesn't do so well that she gets on Caleb's radar, but I guess we'll find that out eventually. Every now and then, there was one who responded with bold words and left, but none stepped up to follow after them. Yeah, those girls are brave as hell, the ones walking out right now. Really? Our Amanda did that?
There's no really about it. She's always been that kind of woman since the beginning.
So slow.
If only we'd realized back when she said she had ties to Caleb. Amanda's son was...
Both Stella and Meryl wanted to say the same thing. What will we do, Rose? What should we do? However, they couldn't say things like that to Rose now. Amanda's part of Caleb's family now. If you raise a gun against her, it'll mean war. War in the streets.
I know that. So what are we supposed to do? Amanda is cold-blooded to people who don't swear loyalty to her. Any lady of the evening who doesn't accept Amanda as the madam won't be able to find work again. Ha! So basically, we've gone out of business. Just perfect. That's right. We still have my brother. My brother is in charge of Primavera's money. Even Amanda would have to take her hat off to him. That's right. Richard should be a match for Amanda.
Richard has a baby at home to take care of. Unfortunately, that isn't going to be possible now.
But... Brother, what happened to your knee?
Those guys also barged into our office. After all, I literally am Primavera's safe. It seems I wasn't even given a chance to swear my loyalty or not. You okay? Did they do this to you? I only fell as I was escaping. More importantly, ladies and gentlemen, we have no time. This place is dangerous. It's hard to imagine that they just let Madame Rose be. Look, I'm crowding in here any time now.
Why me?
For those who don't acknowledge Amanda as the madam, you are still the madam. You've even got some pull with Captain Butler. There's no way they'll let you get away.
Why should Amanda's son want to take my life? Even though I'm not at all qualified to be the madam.
Shh. I heard some tires screeching in a way I don't like. Leo leaned out at the 8th-story window and peered at the end of the back alley, which was filled with clothes hanging out to dry. Richard! Everyone, there is much to discuss, but it seems it would be best to have a change of location first.
What? What's... Amanda sold us out! You're going to be killed! Quickly, get your shoes on, and then get the stuff you need. No way. Amanda's son was...
They're here! They've come! Several cars screeched to a halt in front of the tiny alley. One after another, men poured out of the car doors, openly carrying handguns. Perfect. Looks like we won't need to waste time talking. That should help. Now we don't have to hold back either. Leo, go on ahead. Before he even finished speaking, Cyrus started rapidly firing his handgun. The sound of gunfire made the shady men all jump behind cover. These bastards are pretty quick on their feet. Must be those guys on the front line that Caleb is so proud of.
Rose, quickly. Don't just stare into space.
I'll carry Rose. Go on ahead and get the car started. If it's getting too hot, go on ahead without us.
Of course. Who'd stick around waiting for you blockheads?
It isn't just Rose. They're probably after you leaders as well. Make sure you don't get caught.
I don't need you to tell me that. We're going on ahead.
Meryl pulled out a military handgun that didn't match her small body, then dashed from the hallway to the outside staircase. Stella pulled out her own miniature handgun and chased after Meryl, pulling back the firing hammer.
Leo, Rose, quickly. I'll cover you. Yep, come on. Put me down.
Sorry, but you'll have to sit tight and let yourself be carried for a bit. What's wrong, you clumsy fools? You're scared of my bullets? Why don't you dig yourself a trench? 'Cause I'm coming to bury your asses. Damn, Cyrus, let's go. Yo! That was a lot of firepower. Damn. My high score. Cyrus had several handguns ready to use in his attaché case. One after another, he emptied the chambers of those guns and threw them on the floor. Are guns cheap in this economy? Like, their economy? They must be, right? Cyrus's fierce assault left the pursuers completely pinned down. Even those American machine guns couldn't leave a scratch on them. On me. On me, specifically, not the enemy. You think you can take me down with that pathetic barrage of yours? At that moment, someone pulled a light machine gun out from behind the cars and pointed it up at them. German ones might be a problem, though. Get down, Cyrus. Richard jumped at Cyrus from behind, knocking him to the ground. A roar like a chainsaw rang out, and the room was instantly filled with a shower of lead. The machine gun bullets easily pierced the outer wall, making the room look like a honeycomb in the blink of an eye. Things hanging from the wall fell off, one after another, and everything that could shatter did. The room was filled with smoke and dust. Pieces of ceiling fell down on the two people crouched on the floor.
My house.
We're remodeling it a bit. You can sleep a lot better in the summer with a bit more ventilation. Where's the car, ladies? Leo is so fucking cool.
This way, hurry. I'll get the key. Meryl, look out.
Oh shit. Damn, Stella. Let's go. True. They do look after each other when they're not, verbally tearing each other apart. During a gap in the gunfight, Stella and Meryl jumped into the car and turned the key. After a short pause, the engine started up, but their pursuers wouldn't just casually watch them get away. A machine gun shattered the car's windshield, and rain poured down on the two people inside.
Leo, come quickly.
We'll be fine. Go.
Let's go on alone. We'll be killed. Rose hasn't gotten in yet, right? At this rate, this car isn't long for this world.
With her head still bent over, Meryl slammed her foot down on the accelerator. The car dashed off, spinning the trash boxes and bicycles piled up in the alley, flying. However, with her head bent over, Meryl was unable to see almost anything as she drove. Before they even made it 1 block, they crashed into the corner of an apartment building. Don't let them get away. Kill every last one.
You klutz! What do you think you're doing? Then why don't you drive? Why don't you lose a bit of that height you're so proud of? Come on, what do we do to deserve this? They'll be killed.
I'll cover them from here. Rose, you run that way.
How could I run off alone?
Claudio's store is pretty close by, isn't it? Have them hide you there. Go on. Start running. If you're a good girl, I'll give you a kiss later. There we go. Again, timing.
Leo's giving us cover. Now's our chance. We owe that guy our lives. If we don't get out soon, Leo won't be able to escape. Yeah. Huh? What are you doing? Did you get shot? I sprained my ankle. This is seriously not funny. Are you kidding me? You run on ahead. I'll cover you from here. No, you get up now. I'll cover you.
Hey, the women are getting away. Stop them. Kill them. They're even running away together. Women. My high score. Wait, what? That's not bad, actually. My high score! Oh boy. Okay, I need a sec. I'm still at the top, baby. I was just thinking while that was all happening. For as much as this, like, minigame does not matter, right? I could lose every single thing, and the game would continue. Still, despite that, like, it really helps to get, like, I am tense as fuck right now, actually. That's why I've been talking so much. Just from the tension of the story, but, like, every time there's a fight scene, like, that ramps up tenfold. So it's actually really effective for, like, getting your blood going, you know? So it's actually genuinely really clever. Like, it makes you feel more part of it in a way. It's kind of immersive. But yeah, it keeps the suspense up. Okay. For the first time in a long time, the city of the night was hit with the news of a gunfight. Immediately after the war, those vicious American mafias were fond of firing their guns in City 23. However, ever since Alfred and Caleb split the city into north and south, the peace of a Cold War had been maintained. That's... But there was gunfire in the very first episode I did. There's been a couple of gunfights. Nothing like super blatant like this, but... I guess now it's like outright war, which is very different. That cold peace had finally shattered. The City 23 Department of Public Order realized that the Caleb family was behind this. However, the higher-ups had intervened so as not to provoke Caleb. This shooting war was pushed under the rug. Now, the city was enshrouded even by fierce gun battles involving machine guns brought out under the light of day. The rain that started falling in the evening quietly washed away the smell of gunpowder. Damn. I'm just gonna keep going for a bit. Just a little. Maybe I should leave this for next time, actually, because this is gonna be like... But this could also be really quick. And then big finale, right? I can keep going for a bit. Though. District 68 Back Alley. An alley not far from Rose's apartment. The crooked gaps caused by the chaotic development created a convenient hideaway from people on the run. I can't believe Wayne just fucking ditched. Like, he just abandoned everyone. Because his fifis were hurt. The rapid construction following the war was not an intricate citywide plan, but more like a race to see who could win first. Because of that, there tended to be gaps between different blocks, and those gaps became nests for vagrants. Out of a pitch-black gap between buildings, where the city lights could not reach, looked Stella's head as she checked her surroundings.
It looks like we managed to get away. I hope Rose and the others are safe too. Who knows? Leo was with her, so I'm sure he was able to manage something. The more urgent problem is that foot of yours.
At some point, Meryl's left ankle had swelled up. Because of the urgency of the moment, it hadn't hurt much back then, but it had apparently gotten sprained in a pretty devastating way. By now, she couldn't even walk without a shoulder to lean on. It would stand out so much to have this suspicious-looking pair stumbling about together.
Just leave me here. You breathe through your nose too loud, so they're bound to find me if I stick around with you. Thanks for the insult. I'd rather die than let you die, and have you standing at my bedside for the rest of my life.
Like as a ghost?
Let's wait until midnight and steal a car. Then we can make a run for it. There's nowhere to run. We should leave the city until things cool down. We've made enemies of the Caleb family. There's nowhere for us to go inside the city. What about that League guy in Chinatown you're always talking about? Just like the captain, he might have decided to take a wait-and-see attitude before risking confrontation with Caleb. If he hides us, there's a danger that it'll be enough to spark up trouble for him. And in the worst case, he might hand us over to Caleb as a sign of friendship? Exactly. There's no one we can rely on in City 23. It's such a joke. Knowing all of this, why on earth did we refuse to lick Caleb's ass? That's obvious. Who would lick the ass of a villain like that? Still, Amanda was calm. Does this mean we were naive? We're ladies of the evening. It's not a job that lets us stare into the sunlight. Even so, we don't think of ourselves as residents of the criminal underworld. We just proudly do our job surrounded by the nighttime neon lights. Those people simply resented that pride of ours. Amanda sold our pride. I'll never forgive her.
Okay, sad Meryl is maybe sadder than anything in this whole episode so far. Like, if Meryl is sad, then you have a real problem.
Hey, this is just a hypothetical, but if Rose had agreed to obey Caleb, what would you have done?
She would never have agreed to that.
I told you, this is just hypothetical. If Rose really said something like that, I would have given up to her. We've had enough of selling out, betraying people, and licking asses to get by in this world. For the first time ever, that girl showed me what an unwavering conscience could look like. Yeah. Such a strange girl, Rose.
Oh no, not this song.
If we had never met her, we would have lived like sewer rats, deceiving each other and chewing each other to bits. Rose showed us what trusting a person meant, what unconditional love meant. Yeah, she was like a pale moon, shining a single beam of light down through the night. Yeah, just by having Rose there, I feel that salvation was always a part of our world. Without Rose, we'd be little more than parasites sucking money out of men. It's normal to deceive people. In the first place, what's the point of being honest? What's the point when love and friendship don't earn you any money? And she is the one who opened our eyes when we were like that. Rose turned us into people with dignity. And we thought Primavera was something that you, me, and Amanda created. That's wrong. Without Rose, the alliance called Primavera would never have happened. And yet, we always thought of that girl as a figurehead who could only say things that glossed over the ugly facts. She was no figurehead. Rose speaks for all of us, for our ideals. My brother was wrong. Rose made the right decision by not being scared of Caleb. Madame Rose boldly took the option we must not give up for the sake of all ladies of the evening. We should have done much more to protect Rose. Rose made a resolute decision as the madam, and her reward was to meet a terrible fate. Is it the madam's duty to receive the brunt of someone's revenge? No, it isn't. This all happened because we were cowards. Madame Rose speaks for all of us. When she resolutely carried out this duty, it was our responsibility to protect her no matter the cost. And yet, we pushed everything onto Rose. Even though we chose Rose as the madam and gave her a tough job, we abandoned our duty to protect her. And this is what we get for it. If we do survive and manage to see Rose again, this time, we must protect her. Yeah, this time, you and I will have to protect Rose for real. From the bottom of our hearts. We have to protect that girl from everything that might hurt her. Because she protected our dignity.
We fail to notice something that obvious.
Starting now, we've got to acknowledge it from the bottom of our souls. That girl is our Madam Rose.
Richard's apartment. Richard is Primavera's safe. Of course, they've gotten their clutches on this residence too. No, not the baby. Not the baby. Several cars filled with Caleb's underlings sat in front of Richard's apartment. Inside, the apartment building was bustling and frantic. Not the baby. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Hiding it won't do you any good. Don't you even have a guess? I told you I don't. We just live here. We don't have a clue where Mayogi-san went.
Stupid us. We should have gone for the baby first.
Not... Miko, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Our apologies. Find any clues? No, nothing. We've asked the people living here, but we couldn't find anything. It's so boring. The men were tearing Richard's house apart, looking for any information they could gather. They pushed their way into nearby apartments and asked if anyone knew where Richard might have gone, but everyone they met only quivered in fear. Cyrus and Richard had escaped, though just barely, from the violent shower of machine gun bullets. They had jumped to the roof of the next apartment building, then jumped onto the next roof over before climbing down a rain gutter. Cyrus's tenacious survival instinct has found them a way out, so even though they had been the rear guard, they still managed a spectacular escape. Afterwards, they rushed back to Richard's home in fear that the baby, Yuji, might be taken as a hostage. Then took the baby and disappeared somewhere. Good. No one knew where they had gone. They didn't even know if it was somewhere inside the city. According to the men who investigated his office, he's got several properties as a result of the loans he owns. I see.
So, he's got no shortage of hideaways.
He's a clever man. I hear the safe is completely empty. Good. Ever since that last incident with Rose, Richard had always prepared for the worst-case scenario. If Caleb's involvement stirs up internal divisions, some undesired person might take control of Primavera. To plan for that eventuality, he hid Primavera's funds beforehand. He had learned all the tricks to hiding money from his parents in the old days. Because of this, Amanda may have won Primavera, but she wouldn't be able to get her hands into the safe. For Caleb, who needed a large sum of money to negotiate with those high-ranking occupying forces officers, this was a serious blow.
Caleb needs money.
A lot of it. And right now, that line sounds so familiar. That's a throwback to episode 1, arc 1, Legend of the Golden Witch of Mineko. Yeah, and like, I don't know how they think they're gonna do business with a situation like this, but good luck to them, I guess, question mark? Sarcastically, because they're evil. Yeah, that's so funny that he threw this line in, actually, because, I remember that line being memed on because it gets said like 6 times in 5 minutes when the parents are discussing the money, and arc 1 of Umineko. And then he just throws it again. Yeah, this is like everyone's like internal monologue is going, and then Kraus is like, they all have one thing in common. They need a lot of money right now. It's great. I love that he does stuff like this because it's I don't know. I can't really explain why I love it, but it's just neat. Like, some people kind of rag on Ryukishi for having some stuff like that repeats, but there's always like a point to it. It doesn't feel unnecessary. And here it's like an Easter egg, you're right. I just think it's neat. We understand. We'll find it if we have to pull the grass up by the roots. The Myogi office that dealings with Chinatown. It's possible that they're hiding him. No, it's hard to imagine that cautious black dragon Lee doing anything that might make us his enemies. Either way, if there's anyone who can get into Caleb's family's way in City 23, other than the occupying forces, it's Chinatown. Lee Magic will become Caleb's enemy, sooner or later. When that happens, it'll be troublesome to have Rose used as some kind of wild card. It's true that Madame Rose is acquainted with Butler. We can't have Chinatown and the occupying forces against us at the same time. We've got to find Richard and Rose as quickly as possible. That's right! I just thought of something brilliant. Brilliant? We've just got to make it harder for anyone to conceal Rose and the others. And on top of that, we can get people who've stuck with them through everything to help us in the search. Even Chinatown won't be safe anymore. In fact, they won't be able to escape even if they leave City 23. I'm going to go pay Caleb a visit. I've got to tell him about this idea right away. My guy, if people who've stuck with them help them, the whole, like, and you then make them look for them, they can just lie. They could just lie? That doesn't seem like a very sound plan. I mean, Miguel is not of sound mind, so hey. It does sound ominous, you're right. Potato Restaurant Kuroimo. The second floor of this building has become Claudia's home. Claudia, please be okay. Claudia slowly opened the back door. As she did, the man rose to his feet from the shadows. It was Leo. He was wearing a filthy jacket and hat that he must have picked up somewhere. He must be trying to disguise himself.
Leo-san, come in quickly.
It's Rose.
She's fine, of course.
I think I forgot Claudia's voice.
Leo-kun, thank goodness you're safe.
When Leo walked into the room, Rose ran to him, tears dripping down her face. Even though he was soaking wet, she buried her face in his chest and cried.
Let's just go upstairs for now. I'll go get you a towel. I'm so glad. I thought you died, Leo-kun, all because of me.
Sorry I'm late. I had to make sure I wouldn't be followed.
You're hungry, aren't you? I'll make you some food.
That's alright. I stopped by a food stand on the way.
Well, you seem as relaxed as ever.
I had to kill time until midnight. Also, I was able to get some information.
I wonder if everyone else is safe.
The only disturbance in the city was the one at Rose's apartment. There weren't any other car chases or gunfire, or anything like that.
Which means everyone managed to escape safely?
None of the others are the type to surrender peacefully. The fact that there were no disturbances probably proves that they weren't caught.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness that no one else died because of me.
Rose crouched down on the ground and started to sob. What happened today was probably too much of a shock for her in her grief-stricken condition.
This is the first time I've invited a man into this room.
Is there an ashtray?
This is a non-smoking store. My apologies. What should we do now? You can stay here for as long as you like. You'll be able to eat potato cooking every day. You'll be very healthy. If they find out I'm hiding here, you'd... Rose, you're our madam. It's our duty to help you when you're in trouble. Oh no! I've got to go check on the pot.
Claudia pattered off down the stairs. Rose, who was holding onto her knees, buried her face again and sighed.
I can't rely on Claudia forever.
At any rate, we'd better regroup with Richard. How's that sound? I hope that didn't come across through the mic, because that was so weird sound. Probably just a motorcycle or something. These are the times a man like him could come in handy.
You're right. If Richard couldn't have been there,
Richard couldn't have managed anything without you there. You were in the right, Rose. That's why he'll follow you. That's what he said.
Just... what part of me was right? I've brought misery to so many people. I might have mixed up doing the right thing and ignoring the facts.
Right. No smoking here. Do you have any idea where Richard might have gone?
I don't know.
In that case, keeping quiet here for a bit is the best strategy. This is close to your apartment, too. Richard will probably figure out that you're hiding here. He'll probably make contact with us soon once things have cooled down.
Which means the enemy might realize that we're hiding here too. I bring misfortune wherever I go. I can't stay here. I can't bring misfortune to Claudia, my dear friend too.
If you wander outside and they catch you, what will all those people who still believe in you do? No matter how much Caleb says he's working for a just cause, his way of doing things is wrong. You're the one in the right, Rose. How can a man who makes examples of people save his countrymen? Many miserable things have happened, but those are all Caleb's doing. They aren't things you did. Yeah, you tell her. It isn't just Richard. The same goes for Stella, and Meryl, and Cyrus. Me too. Not Wayne, though. He abandoned us. We hate him now. We believe that your way is right, and we'll stick with you even now.
And of course, I believe in you too. If I didn't, why on earth would I try to hide someone wanted by the Mafia? Claudia. I'm fully aware of the dangers. However, I can't forgive anyone who surrenders to evil and abandons someone who is in the right. You were the one who gave me that heart. It was you, Rose.
We will never abandon you. So, for a while. Let's take it easy here and eat potatoes 3 meals a day, okay?
Okay, sorry to keep you waiting. Try a bit of our Kuroimo's specialty, potato zosui, gourmet leftover style.
It was late at night. A single car drove through the gentle rain towards the alley where Stella and Meryl were lurking. Fortunately, it came to a stop near the gap those two were hiding in. It's, hold up, I can look it up. Zosui means assorted ingredients cooked together. So it's basically just like, I had some stuff left over, put it in a pot, let's go. It can also mean a specific type of rice soup or porridge, but given the context here, I guess like a hot pot, yeah. Damn, I want to eat some potatoes now. I'm hungry.
One of our pursuers. Quiet.
Stella carefully looked around, gripping her gun. The man who came out of the car looked like an affluent gentleman. It certainly didn't seem to be one of their pursuers. However, I mean, come on. It looked like he was finally coming home after a long day, ready to take a shower and get some sleep. Don't let your guard down.
Looks like we've got us a sitting duck to cook. You're so violent. Call it a godsend or something. He looks like a kindly old man. Let's go ask him for a favor.
Meryl, please be careful. They know what he looks like, right? They know what Caleb looks like, right? 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 Oh god.
Ah, you mean trick or key?
Stella and Meryl had no method of starting the car without a key. They wouldn't be able to use this car unless they got the driver to give them the key. I mean, he's got like the gray hair and stuff. He looks old. Right? And with that stupid, fancy boy king getup of his, he looks like an affluent gentleman. If they don't know what he looks like. Like, the only sort of giveaway that he might be like a rough guy is the scar, and even that, like, people get scars sometimes. But no, I think we're good. I think we're safe. What a tiring day.
I'm so sorry we startled you, mister. This girl here is hurt. But if you don't mind, we'll be borrowing this car for a bit.
Please don't shoot me.
What? Meryl, why are you pointing a gun at him? Huh? We weren't going to take it by force? I was trying to get him to lend it to us peacefully. Why would you even need to pull a gun out, stupid lowly hijacker? Who are you calling a stupid lowly? Ow! You just kicked me, didn't you? You kicked me where it's swelling, didn't you?
Someone, save me.
Hold on a second, mister.
At that moment, a bright light shone on them, blinding their field of vision. It was the car's headlights. Those headlights made the silhouettes of several men appear. Their hands were inside their coats and pointing forward. It was pretty clear that they were pointing handguns at the girls from inside their pockets.
Well, I guess we're pretty lucky on the whole. True. Looks like we aren't wanted dead or alive.
If they'd had no intention of catching the girls alive, they'd probably have pulled the triggers without asking questions. At this point, being held up was a blessing. The two women were forced to acknowledge their bad luck. The men motioned for Stella and Mary to go into 2 cars and push them inside. They didn't know where they were going. They melted into the darkness. The taillights of the cars went out. Well, shit. There's even more? My god. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to feel like a little rumble in my throat, you know? So this is where we're gonna end it for today. I can't read this font. Where's page 4? Okay, I'll just put it on page 5 and hope I can remember next time. Yeah, there's even more. Yeah, alright. Next time then. Maybe that means we'll finish it next time. It probably will, right? And if there's time left, like if we wrap this up quick, thank you for the save reminder. We wrap this up quick, we'll just start on episode, like season 2 next week. That should be fun. Maybe. Or maybe I'll be just devastated by a horrible cliffhanger. Who knows? Because, I mean, Stella and Meryl are not good right now. But yeah, wow, I totally reshuffled my favorites this episode. That was already starting to happen last time. But no, I'm definitely like, no, fuck them. I hope Caleb and Miguel die horrible deaths. They can take Amanda down with them. And, Rose team supremacy. Alfred is... No. Alfred, did almost assault Rose and Claudia. And he did the kidnapping thing, and... definitely not nice in hindsight. He also wanted to bomb the Primavera. So he still sucks. So... everyone sucks. They all suck. But, wow, these guys suck real bad. At least Alfred had, like he was, like, haha funny a little bit. With his stupid accent and being kind of incompetent, you know? So, yeah, I guess he was a little less bad. Just definitely not nice. And, yeah, he's long gone at this point, so fair. Yeah, oof. That was... Even if I'd cut it off when I was originally going to, that would have been a dense episode with just a lot of horrible stuff happening. So I'm glad that I continued a bit, so now we at least have a bit of a, like, you know, everyone's mostly okay, except Stella and Meryl, whom I love. So... I want it to be Thursday. Like next Thursday. Oh my god. Alright, yeah. I did save. I'm double checking. I saved. And who cares about Wayne, you know? He made another person's pain about him and then left. Just ran away. What a little bitch. And I don't say that word lightly. Like, I prefer not to say that word. This is not a good word. But honestly, I can't think of a better word right now. That's on me. That's my moral... That's not a moral failing. That's a failure on my part. I need to learn more good insults. That are... Yeah. Yeah, it's so wild that because he's so unreliable, honestly. He's so focused on being edgy and just like his pathetic little crush on Rose. Like, you can't trust him around her. What the hell? I mean, that's why she was looking for another bodyguard at the beginning, I guess. I mean, he fucked up literally on before Leo got hired, and that's how they met, because he fucked up. So, yeah, no, Wayne can go step on a Lego. Multiple Legos, barefooted. Like, he's like, there's no malice to it, really. And he's like basically like a little hedgehog, you know? Like a childish little edgy hedgehog. So I can't be too hard on him, but yeah. Legos. Nothing but Legos in his future. Alright, I'm gonna turn this off now so that we don't get inundated with just car honking noises forever. He has had zero character development, and maybe this is like the segue for him, right? This is like his, oh shit, I'm cringe moment. I hope so. And then maybe when he comes back, he's gonna start, we'll stop saying really cringy shit and being really edgy, and he's actually gonna like try to do his job and try to actually help. And okay, what it'll probably be, right? And that's not because it's like, because it's the trope, right? And tropes are not bad by default. They're not, it's not synonymous with cliche. So, no hate from me if this does happen. All I'm gonna say is I called it. Here's my prediction. Everyone's gonna end up gathered together in like a big bad situation where it's like, oh no, we lost, there's no chance of winning, and then bam, who's that? It's Wayne. Here to, I don't know, maybe he like headshots Miguel or something. Actually, okay, if that's how that happens, again, I will applaud. Because like one edgy character killing the other edgy character would be actually, that would be, oh, chef's kiss. Beautiful. Poetic. I would actually love that. And then he needs to apologize to Rose. If he doesn't apologize, he's dead to me. Alright? So if you're out there, Wayne, if you're out there, you know what to do. Right? That would be so good if you just just burst in, clock someone in the head, or just take out Miguel for me, Wayne, please. I beg you. And then you'll be on my good guy list again. I yeah, it would be better if he's super cool. I will forgive him if this is exactly how it happens. I will forgive him if he's edgy about it. Like he gets a free pass just for the other cool stuff he did. And maybe I will learn to accept that he's really edgy. I mean, he's so cringe. I enjoy it. Like he's funny, right? I enjoy being like, Wayne, no, stop. You know, I think that's funny. But he took it too far today. Like you can't just make someone else's genuinely upsetting, actually traumatic experience about you. Literally, while they're literally like 2 meters away, bleeding out, right? Like, like they haven't even gone to a doctor yet, and you're like, and I understand that like it was really upsetting, and that he clearly has some very unhealthy coping mechanisms. But time and place, like if he just kept it together for a little longer, I think it would have already been so much better. But you know, he didn't. He didn't. Oh well. He has one chance. Kill Miguel, and you're back in my good graces. He does need to work on his social etiquette, but then, you know, he's a self-professed rat. So I guess it's not like he had any like good examples, right? So, yeah. In the end, I'll probably forgive him, but it depends. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. I'm calling it right now. If that actually does happen, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's get some music in here while I do my outro. You hope he doesn't kill him? Wait, okay. What do you hope happens? Because before I go, I want to hear the rest of that. Because I mean, I'm hoping for like that fucking one. I'm hoping for a one-hit KO on Rain's part. It's what I deserve. I'm not sure if he's killed anyone before. I guess not. Yeah, I mean, I will accept severe bodily harm. It doesn't have to be kill. Indirectly would be fine too, yeah. Like, again, I'm actually a pacifist. Oh, kick him out a window would be great, actually, yeah. Oh, that would be delightful. Oncoming traffic would be a great little, like, reference to Alfred, you know? Maybe if he lands in some trash, yeah. Or Butler. I would honestly genuinely love it if Butler turns up. Because like, he's made some really gross jokes, and I'm not talking about the boob stuff. But the thing with, you know, one night with you, Rose, that she considered taking him up on, actually. Like, no, dude, no. Stop that. Because then he was like, it's a joke, haha. No, dude. But I still, like, genuinely believe that he might be one of the good guys. So if he proves me right, then hey, I would love that. If he doesn't really do anything to help, he is also dead to me. Yeah. I actually forgot exactly how that works for Butler, like, why does he know Japanese and stuff? Is he like half Japanese? I forgot. But yeah, he definitely wasn't impressed by Caleb and didn't seem to want to work together with him, and he doesn't seem to like his superiors either. Oh, true. Yeah, true. I was wondering how that works with him, like, working for the Americans. Like, I'm like, there's no way they treat him well, right? I'll dive into the lore a bit, see if I can figure that out just for myself. Yeah. All right. Well, it would be really cool if he was just like, yeah, fuck the American army, I'm with these guys now. I don't really see that. But if he could, like, covertly sneak in some help, that would be great. But we'll find that out, hopefully, next week. I really think we could finish it next week. Yeah, we should be able to, unless there's, like, a really long chapter, because I checked, And unless I'm remembering wrong, this season has 5 chapters. So we should be close-ish to the end. Story-wise, it also feels like we are, so... yeah, I think we can finish it next time. So look forward to that at 8 p.m. Amsterdam time. I always say Amsterdam time because if I have to remember what GMT we're in right now, I'm gonna go nuts. Like, no thanks. Just Amsterdam time. Google what time is it in Amsterdam and you'll figure it out. And it's the easiest way to do it. So 8 p.m. Amsterdam time. Thursday. Yeah, it's like... I want to do it too. Right, because summertime or regular time, yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what day of the month it is or the week. I know it's Thursday, and it's gonna be Thursday again next week. If you told me it was May, I might believe you. Shame on you for lying to me, but I might believe you. It's Thursday, that's all that matters. Tomorrow's Friday. Hey, that's all I need to know. We're in July, thank you for confirming. And thank you for not lying to me. But yeah, I thought it was the 10th tomorrow for like several hours today. I don't know why. I know it was the 4th on Tuesday. It's too easy to lie to oh wow, okay, that... I see how it is. It's brutal. Damn, yeah, I walked right into that one. Alright, well, yeah. 8 p.m. Amsterdam time, Thursday. Put that in your calendar, because that's when we're wrapping this up. We'll also be back with a regular stream on Wednesday, 8 p.m. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Also keep an eye on my YouTube channel if you don't necessarily want, like, the live stuff, right? Because I will be posting the Rose Guns Days VODs there. Today's episode will have an additional content warning, because it's necessary. And additionally, I'm starting a new series called Demo Dive, where I play demos, and then cut them into neat little short-ish videos. My playthroughs. And those are only on YouTube. I also post shorts on there, and people seem to like the shorts, so... you know, that's your thing. Go check that out. Links on the About page. Here on Twitch. So, yeah. Or if you're on YouTube right now, hey, thanks. I appreciate it. I really, really do. So, on that note, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Kat, for being in the chat and talking, and it was fun. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time for the next episode of Rose Guns Days. In the meantime, have a good day, night, week, year, July, May, whichever one we're in right now. I know it's July, don't worry. Or do I? Yeah. Have a good one, see you next time. Thank you again.